V.M. Mohan, who's the CFO of India Cements, joins us on the show right now with his sense of how business is shaping up and a particular direction to cement prices which have been picking up. Mr. Mohan, thanks very much for taking out the time. The major positive from the budget for you has been doing away with customs duty on imported coal for 2 years. Tell us the impact it will have on your margins and also on your bottom line.
Actually, we are importing almost our entire quantity from Indonesia, where the custom duty rate is only 2%, while imports from all other countries is at 5%. So our saving will be only to the extent of 2% of the imports that you are affecting. This is likely to be about 5 to 10 rupees per ton of cement, which is not very significant.
So will you look to import more coal since you have the largest exposure to international coal, where you import about 60% of your requirement, actually most of it, as you pointed out?
No, this, as I said, the impact is hardly about 5 to 10 rupees a ton. Because of this reason, we are not likely to increase the volume of imports that we are already doing.
Just wondering, Mr. Mohan, good morning. This is Neeraj here. You know, we're talking about all that's happening within the cement space and, you know, the actions taken. Just the excise duty, which was raised by 2%. Is that a worrisome thing? Because I believe fixed component costs have come down to 120 per ton from 160 earlier. So therefore, an average impact on a 50 kg bag. What's your sense of what's the average impact on a 50 kg bag?
No, there will be increase in the excise duty, because while there has been a reduction in the fixed component, as far as the ad valorem rate is concerned, there is an increase from 10 to 12%. And also, hitherto what we were doing is that from the selling price, we used to be directing the actual freight as also the taxes that we pay. Post the budget, this will be restricted to 30%. Taking all these into account, our overall impact of excise will be, it will go up by about 7 rupees a bag.
So what kind of price revision, Mr. Mohan, are you looking at after an increase in excise duty and the reduction in customs? Because we read a number of figures that came out over the last 2 days on various geographies. For India Cements in particular and South Indian companies, what kind of a price revision?
So obviously we need to also look at the railway freight increases that took place about a couple of weeks before the budget. The impact of railway freight itself is close to about 10 rupees a bag, and the impact on account of the excise is, as I said, around 7 rupees a bag. So taking all these into account, there has been a range of about 10 to 20 rupees impact in almost various markets that we serve. There is a price increase that we had taken already for the railway freight increase in some of the markets. We have also taken some increases as far as the excise is concerned as well, but still we need to put through some increases in some of the markets to actually recoup all the increases that have taken place, both because of the freight as well as the excise duty.
Have you seen any upturn in the southern region? What is your outlook on demand going forward?
Yes, it is. Since November, there has been an increase not only in the country as a whole, even in South. November and December we had a growth of about 14%, January we had 10%, February also we had a growth of around 6%. We believe we will end up with flat growth during the current year. You will remember that we started, first 6 months we had a negative growth of about 7%, which has been coming down steadily through the third quarter as well as in the current quarter, and we are likely to end up with a flat growth. I believe next year is going to be a decent year. We are looking at anywhere between 8 to 10% growth, mainly because, as we have been saying earlier, the base effect, as also the funding allocations that the governments have started making for infrastructure projects. Andhra government have also started spending on some rural concreting of roads. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, there have been allocations for housing, low-cost housings. So generally there have been increase in the demand. We believe that it will be there in the next year as well.
Finally, Mr. Mohan, what is the current capacity utilization? What utilization levels are you targeting for FY13?
We are currently at around 68 to 70%. we should be seeing at least another 5% growth is what we want to achieve. But this is only for the capacity that we have in South. As well as the plant that we have in Rajasthan, we are operating at 80% plus.
FY12 has not been a good year for southern players such as yourself. What is your outlook for FY13 in terms of purely maintaining margins and controlling costs?
Yeah, as far as the margin is concerned, we will be happy considering the present surplus situation if you are able to maintain the current levels and if you are able to pass through the cost increases that take place.